But the way he came in, and I was just like, I don't like this little kid. He talking back too much.
This
Like
little rat.
I don't like it. Like just knock him out real quick.
You wear a weapon. I am a weapon.
Bruce, just knock him out real quick. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Let's jump him. Like I don't.
Pull the Dragon Ball Z, the
Right.
little...
You said let's jump.
Yeah, let's jump.
Watch out, drops ain't going for the switch. I just wanna fire for a miss. Keep your eyes stayed on me for the blessing. Treasure up in the heavens, we snatch it. Look at the change upon my nation. Yeah, look at the change upon my nation. Look at the change upon my nation. Yeah, look at the change upon my nation. All that blood in the keys, yeah, I really wanna use that.
Okay. Well, what's up, you guys? We are Those Indie Geeks. My name's Q,
I'm just raised.
And it's your boy Prodigyl.
and we talk about everything geeky here and there and everywhere. And we have been gathered here today to talk about... No, I'm just playing. I'm really trying to make it a thing.
We have gathered here
Dearly
in
beloved.
the presence.
Dearly
in the
beloved.
presence of our Lord and Father to talk about comic books.
But before,
How are you guys doing?
Before we get into comic books and what we're going to talk about, Q,
What's up?
you just got back from a tour with your band. How did that go? Give us a little recap, man. How's tour life? How are the cities that you hit up? Give a shout out to your fans, all that good stuff.
The tour was great. It was a very eye-opening thing because I've never been on a tour where people like expected for me to be there, like in my band.
What's your band, by the way?
My band is called a Marionette. A Marionette, yeah, a Marionette. So, yeah, it was different because I toured with the band 8 years ago when nobody cared who the crap we were or our music or whatever. I slept in a bathtub once. That was crazy. It was shaped like an egg, so it was mad comfortable. But
You were cradled. You were cradled by an egg tub.
I was like, I feel like a newborn again. It was weird though when people had to come in and use the bathroom. Just not number two. Nobody did number two.
Now you know
They knew
of.
I was in there.
You know of.
No, they didn't. They did not. They went out to do that, but yeah, no, it went great. All the cities were cool, but yeah, I love the Marionette fans, and it's cool that a lot of them embrace the other side of what I do too, NCHH.
That's dope.
And listen to a lot of us as well. It was surprising to have a conversation about Hovey on the road at a Marionette
Wow.
tour. But I mean, hey, they're like CHH is making waves, I mean, so it's just kind of sneaking up on everybody. But yeah, it was great. I went on. We did like 7 dates on a 10-day stint. It was the last leg, like a West Coast leg, and we haven't announced anything yet for next year, but there is stuff coming. Yeah, no, it was great. So if you guys don't know, I'm in a band called a Marionette. I sing for it. It's a rock band. If you like harder rock, go ahead and listen to it. It's like a fusion of that and like R&B and pop and.
I already said
what I
that.
came from.
I already said that if I were to ever become a wrestler, like my walkout song would be "My Body Says" by a Marionette,
Which is wild.
Dude, it is a banger. Like like with your voice just belting out, "My body's itching for the wrong thing," and then just drops into it. I'm just like, that's fire.
Mine would be lights out.
You should really pitch it. Sorry.
Yours would be what?
Lights out.
That's cool. No, people keep telling us we need to pitch that to like an anime or some kind of something.
I'm just
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'm just telling you right now, I would lose my mind if I hear lights out on an intro or outro of any show.
Yeah, I'll be like, I know that guy. I know that guy.
Me too. I'll lose my mind too because that check is mighty fine. them TV residual texts. Come on, please. Any of us, if we got on a TV,
Man, listen.
that would be great.
Facts.
That'd be so good.
Yo, Marvel,
Yeah.
DC, any of the anime producers,
Holla
/ creative
at your
directors, or whatever.
boys.
Let's go.
Those indie
Holla.
geeks.
We here. We here. We here.
We are here. We do
But,
music.
man, speaking of Marvel and DC, how's that going? Like, what are we?
I have a question for you all.
What's up?
In the
What's
theme of the DCU, who's your favorite Robin?
What?
Who's your favorite Robin?
Who's our favorite Robin
Mm-hmm.
in the DCAU? Because we haven't had a Robin in the DCU yet.
No, just in DC. Period.
Oh,
in DC. So just oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Mr. Grayson.
I feel like that's the easiest answer. I'm gonna pick somebody different.
It's easy, but it's true. Like, okay, who's beating him?
True.
Like, okay, my close second would probably be Jason Todd, because he might not be as skillful. Okay, let me take that back, because he is skillful. People are gonna get on me about that, because Red Hood is like one of the
He's
best
like that
characters
for sure.
in DC. He's like that, but he's not Grayson.
That's also true. That's also true. Technically, Dick Grayson is the most skillful.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT Robin, bro. He's the GOAT Robin. He was the only one that was able to really, other than Jason, he was the only one to really, well, he was the first to branch out and become his own hero.
Yeah.
And he's such an integral part of what happens in DC Comics, right? For the last couple of years,
right.
Like Nightwing has been like central
mm-hmm.
and everything, and he's the only one that I believe that can truly, and I think they did it in the KO comic books that they're doing right now. He can truly beat Batman.
Yeah.
And that's if he throws Batman off, because Batman on his game, I don't think you're beating Batman, but he's the only one that could even come close or do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal opinion.
For me, like I would go with Jason Todd mainly because of his story arc. I mean, I don't know too much about the Robins, but what I know is that like I do like Jason Todd a little bit more because he's a lot more scarred, a lot more traumatized. I don't like that, but at the same time, it makes him right.
Joker killed him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how
Mance has a whole vendetta. So
that's trauma.
He had to get brought back to life.
That's trauma for your head top right there. I mean,
he just with a crowbar.
He beat him to death. I don't.
So, and his stuff as Red Hood is crazy. So like, I think I would go with Jason Todd. But I do have well, JusRzd, what about you?
For me, I'm gonna go Dick Grayson. Even though I know I said that's the easy choice, but that is my favorite Robin. Damian would be up there. Red Hood is probably my number 2. Damian would be up there. However, I don't like disrespectful kids. So it's like when he was introduced, it was just like
my thing with Damian. My thing with Damian is that he turns from a disrespectful kid into like a great Batman in the future of the comics.
That's true.
When he becomes Batman.
That's true.
So I'm just kind of like, he's
up there.
I mean, and he's Bruce's actual son.
Right.
Like he's his actual,
like his art puts him up there, but the way he came in, and I was just like, I don't like this little kid. He talking back too much. Like I don't like it. Like just knock him out real quick, Bruce. Just knock him out real quick. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Let's jump him. Like I don't.
Pull the Dragon Ball Z.
Right. You said let's jump him?
Yeah, let's jump him real quick. I don't like he talking too much.
Let's jump him.
But see, that's the thing, though. That's why I went with Grayson, because Richard is. I had to use his full government. Richard Grayson is very. He's more like Batman than the rest because it was the first attempt.
Right.
That Batman made it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wasn't great at it.
Yeah.
So he let a lot of things go off on, like rub off on him, on Nightwing, that he did not make the same mistake the next time
Mhm.
around with like Tim and Jason Todd. So I don't know. That's and he did actually canonically beat the pants off of Damian anyway. So Dig had to give it to him. Pause. I was trying to stay away from it. It's so easy. It's so easy to call him his name. It's his name.
First of all, why
It's his
that?
name.
I know you can't like.
I'll never understand why that is short for Richard, but whatever.
Me?
It's fucking there you go.
It's a product of the times, bro. Let's
It's
go
like
with
Rick.
that.
Rick was right
God.
there. Rich was right there.
Oh, Rick
Rick
too.
Rich, right there.
Rick was right there too, bruh. Like just
How
one
you-
letter off.
How you get dick out of Richard? I don't pause, but I don't
Hey,
I don't
pause,
know.
dog.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
It's my first. It's my first day back, and this is what
That
we're
is
doing.
the most out of pocket sentence I've ever heard in
This
my
is
life.
the episode.
I don't. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Man,
I don't get
it's
it.
rough.
Yo,
That is
we
rough.
gonna move past
Pause.
this.
That's rough.
We are a family friendly,
Wrap
kid
it up.
friendly channel. All right.
Pause. Wrap. Oh,
All right.
we gotta
so-
move
Hey.
on.
no. All right.
Speaking of family, you can't have family without. Anyway.
All right. All right. You know what? Then we're starting.
Welcome back to those indie geeks. Clipped.
I don't understand. Damn it.
Clipped.
Alright. Alright. Wait, actually, I do have a question before we get into our main topic, though. In The Dark Knight Rises? Yes. Which Robin was that supposed to be? Did they ever confirm that? Or is it supposed to be just like a
They
new...
never did.
I believe it was supposed to be a new version of Robin, and they just didn't double down because there was no movies out there.
Yeah. They were like, you should use your middle name, Robin. Okay. You know, like...
That was dumb.
It was
That
so
like,
dumb.
That was like
It was so dumb and unnecessary because it's like y'all know y'all not
Yeah.
continuing the story, so why even do it?
Yeah.
right.
Why
Yeah.
even
That was
do
like
it?
freaking. That was like in Fan Four Stick where he was all like
Say that again. Like what?
Fan Four Stick.
It's like why? Why are we
The one
doing
with
this?
Michael B. Jordan.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Are you
When
talking about
Miles
at the
was
end
like-
when he's talking about it's fantastic?
Yeah.
It's like what? Say that again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, same thing.
I was like,
I
no,
guess-
you're not getting a second movie.
I guess
That's-
all the
that's
movies
not
at that
happening.
time had that little stinger at the end where it's just like...
But that was
Wow.
horrible. Horrible stingers. We need to do an episode on horrible stingers because what the heck, bro?
For sure.
There
That
was
makes an
some
episode, to be
really
honest.
bad at the end of movie stingers, and we never got the sequel to make up for that. And
That would
it
be a
just-
good topic to kind of explore. I don't know anything
Yeah.
else that'll jump off, but yeah. Well,
I can think of a couple, but not
Yeah.
today.
Facts. But this,
well, I guess this kind of like goes into like, you know, what we're talking about, which is like, you know, we kind of, I guess, mentioned the state of the MCU and DCU before, you know, in our conversations here and there. But one question I do have for you guys is that, or I guess our main topic would be, like, what are the main things that you guys, or in terms of like a wish list, right, that you guys would like to see in the DC? Well, we'll start off with the DCU, right? We're in a new era of the DC universe. You know, we are led by James Gunn, the mighty James Gunn, and you know, we put our hope and trust in him, right?
That's crazy.
It's a wild statement to say, but we really honestly do.
I
As
put my faith in
James Gunn.
the anchor to
but like,
get out of my
this
hand.
episode's already wild. But like, what are the top 5? Let's go with 3 to 5 things that you would like to see in the DCU, because we haven't gotten too far into the DCU just yet. But what would you guys like to see in this new universe?
man.
Let me go first.
I
My number
just
one
Ray wrote it
thing.
down.
My number one thing I want to see. I don't care about nothing else. I want to see that Bat family. I don't care about Batman.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
care about.
we gonna see 'em.
I don't care about somebody else. I want to see the Robins. I want to see what's the black what's Lucius Fox's son's bat name? what is it, Batwing?
Batwing.
That's stupid.
Nightwing, yeah.
But I want to see Batwing. I want to see Barbara Gordon. I want to see the Bat family. I don't care about Bruce no more. I'm
Right.
tired of Bruce. I want to see the Bat family. That's my number one.
I care about Bruce.
I don't. And not at this point. We've had so many iterations of Bruce. Some fire, some
But not
trash.
the right one.
True.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Batman No Way Home. Okay, like that's what I want to see.
Batman No Way Home. Wow. We got Batman at home.
that's
From the
that's what we've been
Batman,
getting from DC.
We got Batman at home.
in his Batcave.
That was Arrow. Anyway, what are your other?
Y'all want Batman? We got Oliver Queen.
We got Batman. What were your other two? What were your other two?
My other two it would be Teen Titans. I would love to see
Yes, sir.
a live action Teen Titans. And I'm gonna switch up my number three. My number three, I really want to see Icon, Black Lightning, or Static like actually be impactful
Oh,
in
any of
DCU.
those characters, if they show a Static, I'm
First of all, if they show a Static, I'm out of here. But
I will officially. People don't usually like. Nobody asks how old I am or whatever, but like usually I don't say it. But I will be by the time we get the Bat family, I will be in my 40s. So like, you will see a 40-year-old man jumping for joy and screaming like a little girl when Static Shock comes on the screen. I'm just saying that.
it's gonna be like the
Shut up.
it's gonna be like the Michael Jackson effect in movie theaters. It's gonna be grown black men just passing out.
Oh, by the way, wait, hold on. Did y'all see the trailer for the Michael Jackson movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll do it. Yeah,
We'll talk about it.
But those are my top
Okay,
three.
so those are your three.
Those are my three.
Mine have already kind of come to pass, and they've already said that they were gonna do what some of mine are. But top three was seeing a correct depiction of Superman.
Okay.
I would put that at number 3 as like the bottom because they finally did it. Like they gave us like a good characterization of Superman without, really kind of screwing up who he was as a character. And that's cool. And it was cool to see Superman like, have adversity and struggle a little bit, and because that's a Superman story. People forget that. They're like, yes, he is like one of the most powerful metahumans in the DC universe, but at the same time, his stories have always had to like floor him so that he could rise up to the occasion and do what he needed to do. Kind of like Goku, but we won't get on that right now. Because it wasn't through training, it's just because he's Superman. I would say my second thing, which was already confirmed, would be Teen Titans as well. It's already confirmed. There's stuff that's like actually slated that they're currently working on right now, which is really, really dope. And it's just, man, Titans was such a disappointment to me. Like, I know some people really like that show, but
do they?
It was a big disappointment to me.
Do they really like it?
Yeah, some people. There are some Titan stands, and I'm just like, you got like. I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. Like, you can like it, but it's not right. Like, I don't need for them to be kids.
Yuck anybody's yum. Sorry, I heard yelk. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? All right,
yelk? I don't know.
I heard yelk.
Yeah, I enjoyed Titans for what it was, but it's just like I enjoyed certain aspects of it. I'm not like, oh man, this is the greatest thing ever, because it wasn't at all. Raven's powers, the way they illustrated it, terrible. But I like what they did with Jason Todd. I like what they did with Nightwing. I liked his characterization. I enjoyed the actress of Starfire more than how they tried to portray Starfire. But I like the actress who played Starfire. Like, she did good with what they gave her.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
She did a great job. I mean, it would be crazy if they casted her as something else in the DC.
For sure.
Because that would be really dope. But what we got, the most I liked about that show, the most I got out of that show was I really like the costume design. They did their thing.
Yeah.
I've
seen the designs for sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I need an armored Robin suit.
True.
Like what he has now. I'm gonna need Hawk and Dove to look like that
Facts. Hawk and Dove was fire.
because like those suits were fire,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like they ripped it straight out of the Justice League cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, dang, that's crazy. Now I don't need a comic accurate Starfire outfit because then kids couldn't see the movie.
That part.
Things in the '90s were different.
I need a OG anime Teen Titan Starfire outfit.
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that's manageable.
Right.
I think that's fine. I think people
But
know
comic
it. People are
Starfire?
familiar with it.
Nah.
People seen a mini skirt.
To be honest,
People seen a
dude,
mini
yo,
skirt.
I saw like because my only experience with Starfire was the animated series, and then I started looking at like what the Teen Titans look like in the comics, and Starfire, and I was like,
That ain't no teenager.
hey yo,
Hey, yo.
That ain't.
It was the '80s. It was like
That ain't no
I
teenager.
think they came out in the '80s.
I'm like,
No, they
yo.
came out in like the '60s or something. They came out in like the '60s, but by the time the Teen Titans got like big and they had their own title and everything, it was like the '70s to '80s.
Mm-hmm.
So like they were going with the times, and back then they didn't really have too many ambitions, from what I hear.
Clearly.
I was like 30
Crazy.
years before I was there, but I at least in the '80s, I remember seeing an old comic book and I was just like, whoa, what is the Starfire thing? I was like 3, man. I was like, there wasn't even that. I was just all like, what? And then I just like threw it away or whatever.
Did you finish your 3?
No,
Okay.
my last one would be overall. I don't want there to be. I like how James Gunn is doing it so far. I'm glad they're doing a Swamp Thing movie. I love Swamp Thing. Kind of sad it's gonna be rated R, but it is a horror themed comic, so I understand. But I want to see a real semblance of the Justice League coming together before anything happens. Because if you haven't heard, to our listeners, people are trying to currently buy the WB, which may affect what goes on in the future for the DCU and James Gunn's DCU. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We do know that everything's slated so far because nobody's bought it yet. It's going to take a little bit for them to find a buyer. But what is slated so far is going to happen. They're not going to like come in there next year and be all like, stop filming Supergirl right now.
Yeah.
Well, they can't do that anyway because it's done filming.
Yeah.
But like, but they're not going to go in. I meant like the Superman movie.
Yeah.
They're not going to go in and bust in on Superman 2 like, everybody shut this down.
They're not gonna bad girl it.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I think-
no.
I think that's gonna be a big part of like how they kind of leverage this deal because like especially when James Gunn kind of took over, like I'm pretty sure he was pretty adamant on no WB like external input, creative input, all those different things, even down to like when
Even
you see
Saffron-
even when you see the opening credits of Superman and all that, you're not
Yeah.
seeing WB there. You're seeing DC
It's just
Studios, and that's
DC.
it, right? So I think like that's
Saffron's a part of that too, and
Yeah.
that's why it's helping because it's his partner, so he was able to tell his partner, "Yo, I want to keep this
Separate.
separate,
Yeah.
please."
yeah. And I think
he
that's going to be
understood it.
imperative for like the deal moving forward.
True.
For sure.
And they've really kind of shown
Oh,
they've really trying to, DC's really done a good job with Superman and Creature Commandos and, the different series that are yet to come and movies that are yet to come with establishing and redeeming the brand. So that way it's viable enough to stand on its own. Like, yeah, this is DC Studios thing. So that's a good, I'm happy. I am happy for that.
But yeah, that was my top 3. I just want to see a Justice League come together organically and not
Force
be
it.
wasted. Don't, and also I don't want it to be forced, but I also want them to, if somebody does buy it within the next couple of years, which I'm sure someone will, I want them to just let James Gunn rock.
Facts.
Bro.
Yeah, let him cook.
Let him rock, bro. Let him lead that ship. It's doing well. Let him form that Justice League thing, and you will have the best years ahead of you that you've ever seen in the WB industry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's it. That's what I have to say. Bro.
Yeah.
Those are
I
my
think
3.
I think I'm in kind of like your same boat. I think with the sale coming up, I think the main thing was just like the continuity cannot be stopped. We were already used to the start and stop kind of feel, and even though it is James Gunn, people are still mad about where the Snyderverse left off. and where Gunn has like taken it. People are mad. Obviously, the Snyder fanboys are already mad about it.
They can sniff eggs.
the bathtub you were in? No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa. That's crazy. No, the shower that you were at the camp of.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
Go back to the last episode. Go back to the last episode. Welcome back to Those INDEXGEEKZ.
Q, I wasn't there. That's not my story. That's my friend's story. But
it was your story to tell. You already told it.
So much.
Last episode.
I just, I need to send the video to I need to send the episode to my friend and tell him like, hey, look what I talked about on the podcast. So anyway, yeah. So I think the main thing is just like the continuity aspect of it, like making sure that there's like the time and emotions like are invested properly into these characters, and that goes into my next thing, which is taking proper care of their characters, right? Like we finally got a Superman that is positive, and it goes back to kind of his Smallville roots and his like country boy roots, and like the positivity and like the not American, but I guess the idealism that he portrays. And so same thing that I want to see with Batman, with Bruce Wayne. Whenever they decide to go, I'm pretty sure there will be a Bruce Wayne, right? I mean, you're not going to deny that, right? Obviously, it's going to happen. But like, I kind of want to see more of that, like that wealthy billionaire kind of stuff too. That's got the duality of his life that we kind of missed out on.
The stuff that we kind of grew up on.
Yeah, exactly.
His duality.
Yeah. And I think I really want to see that coming in. And then the next thing is Green Lantern. I mean, Green Lantern needs to be,
next year is about to be hype, bro.
And that needs to be taken care of properly. So I have hope in the show, but like I hope that this is like, with the show, because I think people were kind of like iffy on the genre of like where they were going, which is the buddy cop thing. I think it's going to be great. I mean, again, in James Gunn, I don't know who's the director for the show?
I don't remember
either.
But anyway, I hope that like with the creative vision, I hope that they're on the same page about it. And I think that like, the show is going to be a good stepping off point, but I would love to see a Green Lantern or a Lantern Corps movie. And whatever direction that takes, like that'll be I'm on the bus
my adventures with Green Lantern is also hitting the animated series. It's the same people that did My Adventures with Superman.
That came out?
So it's like they're starting to No, it's coming.
Oh, okay, got you.
It's like connected in a lightest sense. Like I guess they're expanding the universe of that whole thing, which is great because that Superman series actually changed my mind about, I guess, the direction you could go in nowadays with a Superman cartoon. Yeah. Because it's hard because we grew up on Justice League, Batman the animated series, and Superman the animated series, like all that. We grew up on the golden era of that at the time.
Yeah.
So it was hard to like see it any other kind of way than the Bruce Timm way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they did a really good job on my Adventures with Superman. I think you even liked it, right? Like stuff that you saw?
Yeah.
Like I just thought it was a better for this generation take on Superman. And they managed to not screw up the movie, and now the Green Lanterns thing, they just got to make sure that one hits, because there was a Green Lantern cartoon in the
that was good though, and then they canceled it.
That was a good one,
and then they canceled it. It was like, damn, what?
How many seasons did it run?
Come on, man.
How many
and it was because of, I think like 2.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. It was like 2, maybe 3. Yeah. And it's a strong maybe on 3.
So I'm gonna finish. Like I have one more thing to say about it. And just, and Gunn kind of like thrives on this, is using lesser known characters, but letting them have their shine, right? We see that, obviously we saw that with Peacemaker, but with what's going on with Clayface, cannot wait for that movie. I'm so excited to see that. I would love to see like Clayface on the screen, and especially in the horror genre, that'd be amazing to see. And then obviously Supergirl is coming out. So like, Supergirl's not lesser known, but at the same time, she's never been explored before like that. So I think, just taking these characters and doing what James Gunn does the best, which is give these smaller characters a chance to shine.
Yeah.
I think like DC will be off to a great start and a great journey.
He's letting his directors rock.
Right.
He's letting his directors rock. Like the Supergirl director is doing their thing. Lanterns guy's doing his thing. Like everybody's getting to do their thing, which is what I think will make the DCU way more accessible
Mm-hmm.
and way more of a commodity than the MCU started off as. You know,
Yeah.
like the MCU worked to get to where they're at.
Right.
No takeaway from them, but the DCU is starting out like minus some of the mistakes that James Gunn probably felt that they did.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, so we kind of talked about the DCU. We, have our wish list for it, I guess, and I think we're all on the same page, right, on that in terms of just what we want to see.
I want them to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think they definitely need a win, and I think again in James Gunn we trust. But let's go to MCU, right? So like we've journeyed with this IP for like a long time now, right?
Lord
They're the
Jesus.
reason why we have this whole superhero genre and this whole renaissance of
We were literally all kids when that Joker started.
right. And so
It's wild.
I think it's awesome to see where we're at. Couple of misses, kind of expected, to be honest. You can't have this dynasty of movies without having a couple of misses on the way. That's just natural. But we're heading closer to Doomsday. We're getting to Secret Wars. We're getting to a massive turn of just stories and characters and different things that we're expecting to see. So let's go into the MCU and like, what do you guys want to see post Secret Wars? Like, what do you like? We know the layout up till Secret Wars. After that, what do we want to see? JusRzd, let's start with you.
Man, well, we started with JusRzd.
Yeah, somebody else can go first.
You,
'cause
let's start with you.
I know y'all ain't got none of
you
mine.
go first.
I know y'all ain't got none of mine.
You go first, Prodigyl.
All right, fine.
Prodigyl,
I'll
you go
start.
first.
I mean, and again, I think this is more like conceptual. I don't know if it's like I'm expecting characters. I mean, X-Men for sure, but we'll get there. Well, actually, like kind of like my notes is basically saying the X-Men to be a fully functioning unit and a foundational part of the MCU, right? Like of the MCU moving forward, and just
Right.
them like truly exploring the intricacies, whether that be in movies, whether that be in TV shows, like whatever the case that may be. Like I want the X-Men to be fully integrated into the MCU, and like people have, and obviously like back to their OG suits and different like the actual proper characterizations of these characters, because again, like we take a character like Cyclops for example, and for people who have only been introduced to Cyclops through the movies, like me before I watched X-Men 97 and like all that, or even like the X-Men show in 2003, which is where I got my first taste of the mutants.
Yeah.
The movies didn't really do justice for Cyclops, right? And so I think I want to see characters have their fully fleshed out and fully just realized on the big screen or on streaming, right? So X-Men definitely needs to be like their foundational, needs to be a core piece moving forward. And then the next one is basically hold on, I have my notes right here. Sorry. The exploration into like different genres. Like I would love to see them expand into different things. I would love to see them do more horror stuff. I wanted them to do more noir stuff,
yeah.
political thriller stuff. Like and JusRzd and I were talking about this before we got on the podcast. We're saying like how DC is already like exploring these different things with rated R, Clayface and all these different things, all these
Out the gate.
They already did Creature Commandos out the gate, right, with this new DCU. So I want to see that because like Disney Plus, and again, it comes with the times, right? I mean, we can't put that expectation on the MCU when they were just starting out with the movies. And then when they finally moved over to Disney Plus, they had the shows. It took a little getting used to, but then now people are used to that kind of cadence of seeing these shows, and now animation. And obviously Zombies, banger, right? Eyes of Wakanda, banger. What If, semi-banger. Like, all these different things like were happening. And so I hope that they kind of take more risks in terms of their filmmaking and their approach to different things. So yeah, and then basically just letting these creators rock, right? Like, I know that Kevin Feige has final say in a lot of these things, or like, he kind of controls the creative and all of that. But I feel like there have been complaints from directors, especially guys like Edgar Wright, who had like, a very different vision for Ant-Man, and then they switched over. But it would be cool to see Ant-Man in Edgar Wright's lens, right? Obviously too late for that, but I'm saying like taking more risks with the filmmaking approach of it and like the different genres of it, I think, and letting the directors rock, I think, is one of the things that I feel like they need to have. and also like clear
Yeah.
story direction. Like Secret Wars, like again, it's like open season after Secret Wars. Like we don't know where it's gonna go. Obviously, I feel like it's gonna be X-Men heavy, but like figuring out and not being so like not forthcoming, but I would say like don't show your hand too early and get like fan expectations up like that high. Because we've seen so many of those changes happen, obviously with COVID, yes, but with like timing, and then obviously with the whole Jonathan Majors thing, all these different things have changed and people's expectations have reshuffled. So I feel like they need to like just slow their roll, take it as it happens, and like just keep it moving forward in bite-sized pieces. And I think people will get behind that pretty quickly. So that's my thoughts.
I mean, and that's cool. I think that Kevin Feige, I think some people think it's a detriment that he has his hands in all the pots, and I get it. But I think a lot of people who came on board with the whole MCU thing don't realize that he's the reason we have it, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
The reason he has his hand in the pot with their ship, in a different way than James Gunn is because he was literally the one who was making all the suggestions behind the scenes when we got those early 2000 versions of like X-Men and Blade and everything like that. And a lot of his stuff didn't even get listened to on the X-Men front. So he, I believe, has the best intention more so than what people think. Like, yes, he's a businessman and he has to be shrewd, and certain things work, certain things don't. But I think that Kevin Feige is doing a better job than most, that would have like anything to do with leading that whole thing. But also, my expectation after Secret Wars is that they keep their word and everything will be integrated the way that it's supposed to be. Because the way that it's supposed to happen is they stated that the worlds were going to be more integrated. Like, we're going to have everybody there, as opposed to like having to work around stories because we don't have different characters. And that's honestly all I want for the new MCU. Like, I don't care if they reboot it and cast different people as like Captain America and Iron Man. I haven't cared about that for a long time. The only sentimental one to me, other than Robert Downey, the only sentimental thing to me was the whole Black Panther thing, and that was because it was so recent, and Chadwick got taken away from us so, like, just so fast before he, got to be one of the pillars of the franchise. And I think that was the attachment that most people had with that. It was just so fast, and he was already becoming like a very important part. So, but I was also in the league of people that was like, I want Black Panther to be recasted. Not because I want to dishonor what Chadwick did, but there's got to be a way that somebody can still honor what he did on set, but we need that character.
For sure. There's way too many stories that T'Challa is like integral in to be told in the MCU for him to just not exist anymore.
Just not be there.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I
and
agree.
it's crazy. Like I think Shuri in the comic books at one point was a part of the Illuminati, but it just, because T'Challa was one of the main parts of that, and we finally have a Reed, and we're finally gonna have Professor X, and we finally got a depiction of what the Illuminati was in Stranger's movie. Like, I'm just like, bro, we need for Black Panther to be there in order to fill out everything. But that's my main thing of what I wanted.
One quick note: I hope that they do get a good replacement for Professor X. I've heard that that's Patrick Stewart's last role.
I
honestly, yes, and good for him, because
he needs to rest.
Put in mad work.
Facts.
He needs to break.
Facts on so many different franchises. Right, that's what I'm saying. So many different franchises. He's been killing it.
I'm pretty sure dude is like, at this point, is just like, bro, isn't there anyone else who can do this? Like, does this have to be me?
Bro, they probably don't even give him lines to say. He just says crazy cool things, like, and they're just like, yep, use it. Like, but like, But yeah, no, that's genuinely all I want. And I honestly am one of the people that's like James McAvoy would be a really good replacement.
True.
I don't care.
True.
I like his
Oh, yeah,
Professor
true.
X.
I like
fits
his depiction, bro. I like it.
I love
I feel like
Fassbender's Magneto.
he could come up with a different characterization for the MCU. He can come up with a different characterization.
He can.
He's a good. I will say
Alright,
James McAvoy is a good actor. I enjoy his projects that he's been in and stuff like that. I wasn't really feeling him as Professor Xavier. But I did love Fassbender's Magneto. Phenomenal job.
Fassbender's a great Magneto.
Phenomenal job.
I in a perfect world, when everything's said and done, James McAvoy and Fassbender would be Magneto and Professor X going forward, because they didn't really they did good in their roles in the movies that they did, but it's like they didn't really get a chance to be in this playground with all these different actors and superheroes, and I'm just like, could you imagine?
Right.
Fassbender interacting with the Avengers,
that would be crazy.
Right now I'm just like, I know that it's probably gonna happen in Doomsday, or maybe not Doomsday, but Secret Wars or whatever. But it's crazy.
Right.
Magneto talking to Spider-Man about the fact that yes, you're a mutate, but you're still a mutant. You're not one of them.
Right.
Trying to convince Spider-Man. I want these conversations to go down. I want for us to get our reality's Silver Surfer, and for him to have those theological talks with the Hulk or what. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Hulk, you're a simple creature. Hulk smash. If we had an actual Defenders movie,
brother, you're stepping on my list.
Alright, JusRzd, go. JusRzd, go ahead. Go ahead.
So for me, what I would like to see, off top, since you said it already, this can be in any order. A Defenders movie. I would love to see a Defenders movie. I just feel like those characters together on screen, doing what they do best, it would be able to showcase them in a different light. I feel like it would be phenomenal, if done correctly.
For those who don't know who the real Defenders are, the Defenders are Namor, the Hulk, Silver Surfer, Captain America, and somebody else. I forget who else. I think Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Gotcha. That was the original team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
but we didn't have access to
them
at first.
Right.
So we got Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
Which is pretty much they were a part of the Defenders eventually, but they weren't the OG team.
Yeah.
And they pretty much merged with the Heroes for Hire. But the Heroes for Hire, to me, I like them as Defenders as well. So
that show was actually good to
Facts.
me. I like the Defenders show.
It's a good show.
Facts.
It was a good show.
Sure. I also would love to see the CR Empire. I know we're going to Mutant Saga. I need to see Lilandria. I need to see Gladiator. I need to see Cyclops' brother.
I need to see that dumb. I need to see that dumb headpiece that she
everywhere.
They already did it. They already did it on X-Men '97. So
Facts.
in live action.
Facts. I would love to see the CR Empire. And this is just a guilty pleasure for me. I'd love to see. I don't need a whole trilogy. I would just love to have a Storm solo film.
Oh yeah.
Just showing her origin and how she became Aurora Monroe Storm. I just would like one film.
Who would you cast?
Oh, for Storm, for me, what's Shorty name? The one person I can think of off top of my head, she was in one of the last Jurassic Worlds. DeWanda Wise. That's her name. DeWanda Wise. I would cast her as her. She looks strong. She has very pretty eyes. But she just looks like she could. She looked like she could. You know what I mean? Handle some stuff real quick.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's true.
Yep. I would recast. Even though we love her to death, we love us some Okoye. I would recast her as Storm.
Okoye?
After Secret Wars.
I'm not mad at because she has the acting chops to do it.
I get
She
it.
has the acting shot to
I
do
get
it. But
it.
I love Okoye though.
Storm. No, I did. We love us some Okoye. I'm not saying we don't love Okoye, but I believe she has the chops to pull it off. But also, there's just like a way about her to where she feels like she can embody that character. But also, and I'm apologize because I'm not great with names, all of names, so I don't really know her name like that, and I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it correctly. But
Her first name is
I heard
Deny.
people say
Yeah.
Deny. Okay. Well, yeah, like I think that would be a dope swap. But yeah, because I know some people have like a depiction of Storm where she's supposed to look a certain type of. Because I don't want to throw any shade on Deny, but like people have like this look for Storm,
hmm
like she's supposed to be a quote unquote baddie. Not saying the Deny isn't. I'm just saying like she's supposed to be like, that type of what people want. But they're gonna cast who they're gonna cast.
For sure.
Yeah, your option is really good.
All right. Well, those were the thoughts that we had on MCU and DCU. So, guys, that's
Tots.
Yeah, you definitely said tots.
sorry, my bad, my mouth. Those are the tots.
Welcome back to those indie geeks.
This has been the Indie Geeks. You guys go ahead and comment what you guys want to see for the MCU and DCU down in the comments below. We would love to hear from you guys. And so, yeah, thank you for joining in another episode of Those Indie Geeks. It's been a pleasure. We're out. Peace.
Let's go.